Hello and welcome back to the Sega Spirit Show. It's your healthy dose of blue skies, blast processing, and a whole lot of retro-fueled enthusiasm. Are your pulse rifles at the ready? Are your motion tracker batteries fully charged? Do you mostly come out at night? Mostly? Well, great news, because following on from the last episode, Scotty and I have teamed up and hopped on an express elevator to hell, going down in Aliens Colonial Marines. Has the game aged better than people think? Or are we just gluttons for punishment and ripe for some of those notorious bugs and glitches to facehug us into a coma? We'll share our co-op playthrough highs and lows, from surprise facehuggers to glitchy animations and terrible AI. We've strapped in for a wild ride that proves two Marines are better than one. Unless one of them sets off a chain of barrel explosions in your face. Yep. Plus, stay tuned for some hot Sega community news, what could be the final regular SEGA Shuffle throwdown. So, lace up your boots, lock and load, and you know the drill. Arseholes and elbows, sweethearts. Assholes and elbows. So come join us as we celebrate the Sega community classics and a wild ride of Colonial Marines, chaos, glitches, and all in the Sega Spirit Show! Yes, hello, we're back. I'm your host, Graham, and he may be synthetic, but he's not stupid. It's my it's my co-op co-host, Scotty Mo. Scotty, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good. That was probably the longest intro I think I've ever done for anything.
Yes, it is.
Wow. When I was writing it, it didn't seem that bad, but I can only apologize to everybody. Yeah, Scotty, how you doing? What have you been up to since our last episode?
A lot. Most of it with you, but also I saw some things.
You've seen some things, man. You've seen some things.
Yeah, saw some stuff. I saw the movie Weapons, which I enjoyed, by the same director of Barbarian, Zach Kreger. Barbarian is a horror movie, and Weapons is a more suspenseful movie. Have you seen either of those, Graham?
I didn't even know they existed. I've never heard of that director, so no.
Nah, he's only done 2 movies. He's also been an actor in some stuff too. But yeah, he's yeah, Barbarian is some of the best, if not the best, cinematography I've ever seen in a horror movie. And it definitely gave me nightmares. So there's that. But Weapons also gave me only nightmare. I was only hard to sleep the first night after we saw it, but I enjoyed it. There's a lot of it's just a very good. A lot of shots are really well used. The shots that he uses, there's a lot of static camera things that makes it feel more realistic and more plausible, I guess, as a real event. But the Weapons plot is just an elementary school teacher's entire class disappears in one night and they never hear from the kids again.
Ooh.
So, maybe go check it out. It's creepy. It's a spooky. It is. Yeah, it's a suspense. It's a thriller and a suspense more than it is a horror movie like Barbarian. But yeah, so I won't say any of the actors or anything in it. But yeah, I don't know that you like scary movies at all, Graham. I can't recall.
I like some horror movies. I have an issue with certain genres, sort of subgenres within the horror industry. Like the really graphic, violent ones, I'm not a huge fan of because sometimes I just think. They're kind of pointlessly violent. It's like someone had to think of this stuff, but it's a bit like, for example, the very first Saw, I thought was a great movie because it's quite psychological and stuff, even though it's a bit gruesome in areas. There was a later Saw that I also really enjoyed, but there's also one which, like, I enjoyed to an extent, but there was a bit where there's a contraption that rips someone apart basically near the start, and I was like, someone had to think this up. Like, some writer out there was writing this down, and yeah, so some of like the really violent stuff I'm not a huge fan of. But then like Ring, the original Japanese Ring, is one of my favorite horror movies. Yeah, there's some other horror movies out there I enjoyed. But then there's some that I just find really boring, like Blair Witch Project. Everyone loved that, and I thought that was one of the most boring things I've ever watched. So yeah, I'm hit and miss.
I've never actually seen that one.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I like the idea of Blair Witch, but I wasn't. Everyone else seemed really scared by it. But I was like, this is one of the most boring movies
Sure.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There was hype around it.
I just
Something that you
googled.
would like. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Finish what you were saying.
Blair Witch could not exist today. Like they'd have to go through extra efforts to make people think, even for a half a day, that it is a real documentary and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
probably. So yeah, it's of its time, and I did see it at the time. I appreciate what they did, but it wasn't for me, I guess.
sure.
I just googled Zach Kreger, and his first picture that came up, I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Then there's a picture of him wearing glasses, and I was like, oh, I totally know who this guy is. Then I've gone to IMDb, and I don't know any of the things he's been in, so I don't know where I've seen him before. But he's he recognized him from something, so yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. And it's apparently was just announced that he's going to direct the next Resident Evil movie.
Ooh, that could be good then.
It could be. It's going to be his next. I mean, it's going to be. It's not a sequel to like the Mila Jovovich ones or the whatever the one more recently was called, Welcome to Raccoon City or something. I forget.
Which I thought was quite good.
It's going to be his own thing. It was okay. It was bloated with characters.
Oh yeah, it is more in tune with the actual games, which I appreciated more.
Yeah, I didn't expect Lisa Trevor to show up, so I thought that was pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, but Weapons was good. It's just that he is a director who is really good at doing a lot with the scene that has so little in it.
Okay.
And I can't say anything else because it would give away stuff in both movies. So
I will try and check out Weapons, because it sounds like it could be something I might enjoy.
Is Kate into spooky or horror stuff at all, or horror adjacent?
Not at all. Doesn't have any inkling to watch it, so it'll just be on me on my own.
Yeah, that's
probably
okay.
getting scared. I don't know.
So yeah, but I also I finished a season of a Netflix show called A Man on the Inside, which is starring Ted Danson, and it's the same people that did The Good Place. So it feels overall the show feels a lot like the beginning season of The Good Place. It's very cozy, but Ted Danson is an older guy who is hired by the police to infiltrate a retirement home and to pretend to be a resident there to find out who stole something. And that's not giving it away because it's in the trailer, but I enjoyed it. It's cozy. It will also maybe make you cry, and it deals with older people and sicknesses and things like that pretty tenderly, pretty lightheartedly. It doesn't go into as much detail as it could to just make people really feel sad, but I enjoyed it. It was just and the best thing about it, episodes are no more than 30 minutes long.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That doesn't exist today anymore, so there you go. It's brand new. They just got greenlit for a second season in November, I think, or it's coming out then. So
I've heard of this, and I've seen most of The Good Place, but didn't see the final 2 seasons, I think. I really like The Good Place, though. It's one of those things I just need to actually sit down and watch the rest of it. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I won't give any spoilers away on that. But yeah,
I did too. Rachel and I watched the whole thing, and then she fell asleep during the last episode, so she's never seen the end of it, and she doesn't care enough to go back and watch the end. So I keep giving her crap about it, but
fair enough. Oh well.
But yeah. So, and then lastly, for things I watched, I didn't watch any more of Alien Earth. No. Whoops. So the literal theme, the literal theme of the reason we have the theme, didn't even watch another episode. I kind of forgot, and also this morning instead of that, I was gonna watch at least one or the other episode this morning. I think they're up to like 4 now, and people at my work have said like the 4th episode is crazy or like it gets super weird or something. And so I'll give it more time of day. I'll maybe update us gradually as we go through here, like as I watch the show or something. But instead, I played Sonic Racing Crossworlds this morning because the open network beta is up, and it's a good game. It feels good so far. I played it on Switch, or I have been playing on Switch. It has a ridiculous catchy theme song that is like reminiscent of Sonic Heroes, because it's like We're Sonic Racing, traveling, doing something because we're driving. I don't know. We're like really bad lyrics, you know? So, someone in a Discord said it fits because it's butt rock and that fits Sonic. And I was just like, I'm going to hold back. This is not butt rock. This is power pop, if anything. But what are genres, people?
I don't know what butt rock is. I've never even heard of that.
Butt rock is any Crush 40 song. Crush 40 is butt rock.
Oh, I love Crush 40. Excellent.
Well, maybe you love butt rock. And there's nothing wrong with it, but just it's really not butt rock for this theme song.
Shall I play that video you sent me, or is that for later?
Yeah, if you want to see how... I'll show you how this game is absolute chaos when you're racing online, though. When you have like 20 people or something. I forget, maybe it's 16. I forget.
Right, so this is the video you sent me, and we've got a bit of audio.
Yep, just a random 30 seconds. Might be loud. I don't know what we'll do with volume, but hit it. Oh yeah, it's not too loud on my side.
Chaos, this is crazy.
Yep.
Ooh. Audio listeners, I might replay this and talk you through it. I'm just going to watch it first because I've never seen this before.
So there you go. That's the game.
Right. Okay.
I'm Knuckles surfing on a hoverboard. Hoverboard. I'm on a team also. There's like a team of 4 people that race against other teams. Yeah. So that's what that random tether is behind me.
I did wonder what that was. Yeah, so like he seems to be tethered to different characters.
It's not like Team Sonic Racing, though, I can assure you.
And he's like flying through the air at one point, going through speed boost things.
Yeah, and then it would be switched to car mode now, and then back to flying.
Okay. And
boosts and drift boosts and team attacks and
to be honest, I'm not sure what to make of it from that.
Yeah, it's insanity online, but it's really good. And I also sent you my custom board that I made if you want to bring up those pictures from Blue Sky real quick.
Yep.
Or bring up that post because there's a video in the thread of it. So in the game, you can customize your vehicle, and they brought back the X gear from Sonic Riders. And so I have Knuckles on X gear, and you can also add decals, which one of them is Sonic's face. And so I maxed out the size and made my X gear blue. So it looks like Sonic has morphed into a surfboard for me.
That's actually pretty cool.
And it's so dumb. It's why I did it because it looks stupid. So, and then
that's a really good.
It looks like how Knights morphs into vehicles from Sonic Transform. That's why I thought it was so just some body horror stuff. And if you click on the thread, the video might be really loud. So maybe mute that immediately. Yeah, but just how he jumps out at the beginning of the race on Sonic's head.
Do that. Ooh.
That to me looks ridiculous.
It's actually really cool.
That's the whole video. It's like 3 seconds long.
That's a GIF right there. Just one more time. Yeah. All right.
Knock, knock. I'm on Sonic's face. So, yeah, it plays really well. Thank you. The network mode is going all right. It seems a little iffy connecting. I was trying it out on Switch, even though I'm going to get it for PS4 because the Open Network beta is not on PS4.
Oh, okay.
It's on PS5, Xbox One Series X and S, and Switch and PC, Steam, whatever. So it's been good playing that. I only played it for like an hour this morning instead of watching an hour of Alien Earth. And try to get that footage and stuff. They have you have rivals that talk to you directly, like address you and whatever. I think it's randomly chosen, but there's rivals dialogue. And there's all kinds of different portions. I don't know if you remember the challenges in Transformed where you had to drive through gates or do a time attack mode and only use boosts or something like that. So I think there's things like that, but they have challenges in this. It's literally called challenges. And then it introduces it as help these Chow do different things, which I haven't done any of them yet. So I don't know if you encounter Chow in the game. But to me, it's like, why did you not just call it Chow Lynches then? Like CHAO -Lenges. So that's what I thought. Someone in a Discord corrected me and said that's the battle pass. That's the ongoing DLC pass. I'm like, It says challenges and it tells you to help Chow, so I'm going with challenges. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
man.
yeah. And then my last thing here, 2 pickups real quick. First one, or did you have any questions about Sonic Crossworlds? Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Sorry.
So have you only played like the team races, or have you done like a pure
You
just
have to
normal
do
race?
a Grand Prix, and that's 3 tracks, and then they do like a best of final track. It's weird. It's like the 3 tracks combined, and you shuffle through them sort of through those wormholes or warp rings or whatever.
Okay.
So you have to race 3 tracks. You have to do a Grand Prix first to unlock online mode. And so I did do just the tracks against like the AI and stuff. It can be challenging if you don't pick the right combination of like Knuckles' default vehicle is a um, power-based vehicle, and it felt like it was going so slow. So I switched to speed, and it was a lot easier to win races, to progress, I guess.
Okay.
I forget. I think Technique is another one. The X Gear hoverboards are boost type vehicles, whatever that means. I'm still not sure. And then your team has a tether going between each racer. There's 4 on a team, but it doesn't like keep you attached. It just reminds you of who your team members are.
Oh, okay.
But you can get like a team special in which everyone I think is invincible and has a little bit speedier acceleration or something, or top speed. I'm still not really sure, because that, as you saw in that video, at one point my team got it special and we were boosting through a little bit more, but it was also just insanity.
Yeah, that's
So
a bit crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
seems cool so far. It feels good. It feels just as good as Transformed. Um, it feels a little bit slower if you do have a lesser vehicle, and there's gadgets you can add to your vehicle, so you can have like something that, like when you're doing a drift boost, when you're doing a turn and you're holding down the one of the shoulder buttons, and you can build up your boost meter. It gets up to only 3, but there's a gadget you can add so that you can get up to a 4th meter. So it's an extra, or it's a longer boost, but boosts don't really feel like you're going faster. It just feels like you're
Okay.
kind of catching up to people. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and some of the levels look really nice, though. There's one that was a mall that I don't remember the name of. There's like a rainbow garden thing that looks really cool. It's just a bunch of colorful flowers everywhere, and it's like a Tokyo themed thing. So it looks and plays great. I'm already having more fun than I did with Team Sonic Racing, but I kind of hated that game. But I kind of hated that game from the start. So like I try to trust my gut with games like this. My only concern is it seems like there's so much going on in terms of keeping track of your gadgets, uh, customizing your vehicle, and then the things going on with the team. Like it's not as streamlined as Mario Kart. It's not as straightforward as a Mario Kart game.
Okay.
So I'm only worried that might.
Hmm.
I think it's easy to learn, but I think it's a hard to master game. So I'm sure we're going to see crazy videos of competitive racing for
But
this.
I know you probably can't give a full impression right now, but how do you feel it compares to Sonic All Stars Racing or Transformed? Like,
I didn't feel much. I mean, I didn't play much of Sega All Stars Racing, because I jumped on that late. But I played a lot of Transformed, and that's still my favorite kart racing game.
okay,
Um, I mean, it feels good, but there's not, like, your car doesn't change, your vehicle doesn't change form. They just add things on the side that, like,
okay,
okay, now there are jet engines and you're flying, but it's still a car. Or now
mm,
you're in the water and you have, like propellers instead of wheels, but it's still a car.
mm.
So I thought that was cool, seeing the different forms of everything. But I think they took that out because you can literally put like the front of Shadow's car on yours and like the back of Knuckles' car on your
Oh,
vehicle.
okay,
So
yeah,
they probably couldn't figure out all the
yeah. All the
um
combinations would be crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I mean, that's an aesthetic thing that you can get past because you're just racing,
yeah,
or because you're paying attention to the race. So the courses seem cool, but I really liked how, like, wow, this is a very scenic Panzer Dragoon level. This is a crazy Billy Hatcher level. I
yeah,
really liked those in Transform. This
yeah,
feels like it is again Sonic first, which makes sense, but at the same time doesn't, because we have eventually Minecraft characters and SpongeBob. So it's like it
mm,
doesn't have to be Sonic. It could just be Sega, even though
yeah.
there is some character from the Like a Dragon series, and I can't remember now. and like Hatsune Miku's one of the characters that's going to be in it. They haven't announced the final DLC pack or whatever, or like season pass pack, but they did. This is spoilers because it was leaked from people mining the demo. If you want to pause here or whatever, everybody, or mute me, I don't know. But someone did find out, or no, I think this was confirmed also after it was leaked, but someone found out that there will be a new character or like a new update every month. So they plan on supporting it for one full year.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
So I don't know if that's a new character every month or a new track every month, but some sort of new thing each month for free.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, if it'd be cool if we getting like lots of Sega characters or something. I think I'd be up for that.
Yep.
But,
yeah, more Sega characters, not just more Sonic characters, please.
Yeah.
There is a fake, I will warn people, okay, and come back in, spoilers are gone, or ending. There is a fake leak out there showing old retro Sonic in a red car, like from Sonic Drift or something. That was proven fake, so don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Well, maybe that's the fake. Whoa. Double fake.
What?
As in, it was true, but someone says it's fake, but actually, it's true.
I see.
Yeah, double fake.
You know it's not fake. Is this first of my 2 pickups that I got? Eat Your Heart Out, Chris Powell. I got Brain Scan on VHS, baby. So,
nice.
Brain Scan is a horror movie, and it's pretty dumb and great. It stars Eddie Furlong. I mean, just look at that. Maybe don't look at that, YouTube. But just look at that. Brain Scan is a weird horror movie that a video game character comes to life and makes a child murder people in their dreams. There you go.
Wow. Okay, that's a thing.
Eddie Furlong of Terminator 2 fame and not much else.
Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah,
those are the only movies.
And then I'm glad you know that, Graham. And then lastly, my pickups. Rachel and I have been running a booth at different toy shows, retro shows, vintage shows, and we did one of those last week, and I finally got to walk around the floor a bit and saw that someone was selling our game of choice this week on PS3 for $5.
Yeah.
So I grabbed Aliens Colonial Marines for PS3 for $5.
Fantastic.
Disc was in okay shape. It's hard to mess up a Blu-ray, so I double checked it before buying it. But $5. Someone had it sealed at another booth for like $60. I'm like, what are you smoking?
He's been watching the show. He knows it's hot topic right now.
Yeah, our show. Yeah. And Rachel's like, you don't own that already? I'm like, I've been playing it on 360 and PC, so I gotta get the PS3 version. So I grabbed that, got home, looked at my shelf, saw that I already own it on PS3. So 2 copies of Aliens Colonial Marines on PS3 because I'm an idiot. Take it from me, kids. Do an inventory of your games.
Yep.
Welcome to my house. So, yep, that's gone on the shelf. Going on the shelf.
Love it.
But that's me.
Awesome.
How about you, Graham? How about you?
So I haven't been doing as much as you have, but I've watched the first, I guess it's the only series of The Brother's Son on Netflix. I don't know if you know this show.
Nope.
So it's a Netflix show. It stars Michelle Yeoh, and it's about kind of this triad gangster family, basically. And the whole thing is there's one. The dad of the family is like this triad boss lord, basically, over in Taipei, and he's got his mum and younger brother moved over to America years ago, like 10 years ago or something. Sorry, no, not him. Sorry, not the boss. Sorry. The boss has got 2 sons and a wife. The wife and the youngest son moved over to America years ago, and the eldest son stayed behind to be a triad member, basically. And he's like one of their best killers, basically. He's like really good at martial arts and is an awesome killer. And then the dad basically there's an assassination attempt against the dad. And the eldest son basically has to go to America to basically make sure the brother and the mum are okay, and basically see what's going on over there. Because there's seems like there's a lot of stuff. There's the gangs have all got ties to America as well as Taipei and stuff. Anyway, it's really good. It's a really good show. I really like martial arts stuff, and there's one thing that really annoys me, and I'm sorry to say this, Scotty. It often happens in a lot of American TV shows where fight scenes are just awful. The way the actors kind of throw a punch and then the camera will cut and spin around and it's you don't know what's going on, or they kind of do really quick motions and then someone's on the floor and it's it tries to make the main guy look really good or main girl look really good, but actually it's they didn't seem to actually do any fighting there. It seems a bit rubbish. Whereas this, basically all the fight scenes are really well put together, really good, well choreographed. Like you can actually see the actual fighting moves and stuff, and there's some really good stuff in it. But there is a kind of spoiler I kind of want to give, but I don't know if I should. Are you likely to see this, Scotty?
I'm not. No,
You're not. Okay, I'm going to say this, and if you think I can keep in the show, I will.
Spoilers.
If not, I will cut it out. Or I can just put the spoiler thing up again, which I'm going to do post. But basically, so Michelle Yeoh, if you know who Michelle Yeoh is?
Is that Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yes. She is a martial arts movie star. She was big in Hong Kong and China. Previously, she's been in a Jackie Chan movie. She was in Crashing Tiger, Hidden Dragons. She is known as a martial artist. No fighting in this for her at all, basically. I think it's a very strange choice. Throughout the whole series, I thought I had to build up with it. So she's one of the main characters. She's the mum in it. So the sons are kind of more of the focus, but she is a prominent character. And she plays this housewife person, but she's actually very well connected and very intelligent. And she she helps the family in certain ways without fighting. But I was really thinking that towards the end of this, going to build up to some sort of bit where she just busts out in martial arts. Nope,
right.
It didn't happen at all. And I was like, what?
Weird.
I don't know if they're doing another series. Maybe they are, but yeah. Yeah, I was just a very interesting choice to have possibly one of the most famous martial artists at the moment because of everything everywhere all at once, catapulted her to more fame at the moment. But
right.
Yeah, interesting choice. I just say check it out. I think it's a very good show, especially if you like martial arts. It's very entertaining. It's got some humor to it as well. It's got some of the fight scenes are quite violent, but not too graphic. And a bit of humor, interesting story. Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing Aliens Colonial Marines for the show, as we've sort of discussed. But I've also been playing a bit of RoboCop Rogue City's DLC, which is called Unfinished Business. Do you know about RoboCop Rogue City at all?
Yep.
Firstly? Cool. Okay. I played that when it it wasn't when it first came out. I played it quite recently, sort of not long after. Sorry, wait. I'm not getting my words out correctly. I played it not long after it came out. So, and I really loved it. It was brilliant. But Unfinished Business came out quite recently, and it's the DLC. And Unfinished Business is probably the closest thing to Dread, the movie, not the Sylvester Stallone one, but the Carl Urban Dread movie. It's probably the closest thing to that in a video game that you can probably get at the moment. Essentially,
you mean besides Shenmue 2? Nobody
Shenmue
knows.
2 is the original.
Yeah.
But
the big buildings, that's it, really.
But yeah, basically
the neighborhoods within a building. That's it, though. Yeah.
But yeah, basically this is kind of like that in Dread, where there's a building within the city which is owned by Omnicorp. But yeah, basically it's gone into lockdown. There's gangs have taken it over and stuff, and you're making your way through it. But there's also areas where there's civilians and things like that. I'm quite early on in it, I believe. Apparently it's not the longest DLC. I think it's 4 or 5 hours long, which is still a decent. I mean, that's the length of a full game sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm about an hour or so in, and I'm loving it. I mean, I love the original RoboCop Rogue City game. If you're into RoboCop, play the game because it's set between RoboCop 2 and RoboCop 3, and it's really good. It's actually made by a small studio, so it doesn't have some of the really fancy graphics and animations that some games might have. But overall, it's a very, very solid game. Yeah.
I do want to play it. I'm looking up real quick who made it because I thought they maybe didn't do much else. Teon, that doesn't tell me anything.
I think they also worked on a Terminator game as well, like another first-person shooter. Oh yeah, it's a first-person shooter, by the way, just to throw that.
Right. Monster Truck Championship. Yeah, they did Terminator Resistance in 2019, which was not the best received game, if I remember correctly.
They did another one.
And that hit Steel Empire on Windows? What? That is not the same game. Maybe it is a Genesis game. Mega Drive Genesis game. But no, I do want to play it. I actually bought it when it was on a crazy sale, and I don't even have a console to play it on, but it was on sale for like $5 on PS5 digitally, so I just got it because I know I'm going to play it eventually. Because it is it's for the people that like RoboCop from the gameplay I saw.
Yeah. Actually,
that's cool.
Developed quite a lot of games, actually. By the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I didn't.
Most of them probably haven't even heard of or played. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, they're a small studio. They're Polish, but this seems like it's a very good game. Basically, I haven't played the Terminator game. I thought that was meant to be okay, but I haven't touched it. So fair enough. Cool. Anyway, that was me. Brilliant.
Nice.
So, Scotty, let's do this one more time. Yep, you need to go. You're cracking your back.
Nope, I'm just stretching.
Okay.
Getting ready.
Just stretching. Getting ready for it. Cool. So I might have heard me in the intro, even though I was talking quite quickly. This is probably the final SEGA Shuffle we're going to do with Scotty.
Why is that, Graham?
Why is that? So the reason being...
This is actually news to me, viewers, listeners.
The reason being, it's actually getting very hard for this. I've got the random generator thing. It's getting very hard for it to spit out lots of new games and information and stuff. And I feel like the spirit of this is to, like, the competition... Sorry, it's not really a competition. At the moment, it's not anyway. The spirit of this quiz...
myself.
It's just kind of with Scotty, but I think the spirit of the quiz would actually be more beneficial if it's actually other people playing it, different people each time playing it, essentially. And it could almost be like a scoreboard or something. So, Scotty, you've been a champion doing this. I love it. But my plan, or our plan now, I guess maybe, is that we're planning to get like guests on in the future, and thinking when they come on, we'll still play the game, but they can choose if who between us is actually going to read out the clues. If that makes sense. So if you haven't watched the show before, essentially the SEGA Shuffle is I have some randomly generated SEGA words, like character names, game names. I then have to try and explain what that is to Scotty or whoever without saying the name of what it is in my clue. And Scotty then has to try and guess it within. He's got 1 minute to do it, and we try and get the best score he can. So yeah, I'm thinking in future, whoever comes on the show, they get to choose who is going to do the guessing. Would it be Scotty or would it be Graham? And then we can have a tally. Okay. We can take your best score as well, Scotty. They can see if they can try and beat your score, and we'll give them a clap or something. I don't know what we give them. Maybe we'll get some signed merch or something.
Did you say give them a clap? What did you say?
Give a round of applause.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want to avoid the clap, but anyway.
I didn't say give them the clap. I said a clap.
Yes. Yeah, I think my best score is 6 still. Correct?
I think that was right. Yeah, which was last week actually. I think, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? I don't know, but I'm ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, right. Let's crack on. So for the last time, Scotty, let's do this. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay, so it's a game. It's an arcade that was ported to the consoles. You're a bluebird, and you go through platforming stages to rescue. Yes, and the handheld. Blue Hedgehog for the Master System in Game Gear. It's one of his games.
Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Chaos.
Yes, the sequel to the SEGA Saturn's flagship 3D fighter. So the second one in the genre. The flagship 3D fighter.
Virtua Fighter 2?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the character, Mexican maraca shaking monkey.
Samba de Amigo?
Amigo. Yeah.
Amigo.
Oh god, part of the franchise. It's a Genesis dungeon crawl RPG, in first person.
Phantasy Star.
No, the other
Force.
Yes. It's the. That's not the full name of it. That's
Shining series.
But it's one of the.
I don't know what you're asking.
Okay, see, this is the problem. I'm really bad at giving you clues.
What were you at? What was the last one?
Shining in the Darkness. I couldn't explain how to say it's the sequel to one of them. Okay. I'm sorry, man. But you got 4 that time.
That's all right.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I got stumped on the flagship Saturn title
that's
because
the best way I can explain it.
I thought Virtua Fighter 2 launched with the Saturn. That's why I was confused.
Virtua Fighter 1 launched with Saturn, isn't it? Like Virtua Fighter 1.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm double checking my own memory on this now.
There's Virtua Fighter 1, Virtua Fighter Remix, then Virtua Fighter 2. Unless I'm crazy mistaken. Wow.
Well, the first one released on Genesis for some reason.
Virtua Fighter 2 released on the Sega Genesis.
No, the first one also released on Mega Drive Genesis.
No.
And
what? When?
Yeah, the first one was on. They shouldn't have done it, but they did. The very first game, maybe the second one. I know there was a Virtua Fighter on Genesis, though.
No. No, Virtua Fighter 2 is on the Genesis. I own it. I own the Genesis game.
That's what I just said.
The Virtua Fighter 2 was on the Genesis, but not Virtua Fighter 1.
I said maybe not the first one. Maybe it was the second one, but I know there is a Virtua Fighter on the Genesis.
Yes,
so.
Okay, yeah. That's Virtua Fighter 2. Yeah.
Sorry. Saturn, you're right. The first Virtua Fighter was on Saturn. I guess I thought it was the second one that launched with it. But I know that this might be where I'm getting confused, but wasn't Virtua Fighter 2 the best-selling game on the Saturn, not the first one?
That wouldn't surprise me because it's a much better game than the first one.
Let me see here.
According to Wikipedia, it's Virtua Fighter 2.1 that was on the Saturn.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's also Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Okay, Virtua Fighter 2. Okay, yeah, the second one did get put on Genesis. Oh, yeah, Wikipedia. I see what you're seeing there. Virtua Fighter 2. Let's see here. Yeah, well, it says Sega's best-selling arcade game, but selling more than 2 million units. Let me try something. Best-selling Sega Saturn game. Not games. Don't autofill my crap. Putting words in my mouth. All right, let's go to Sega Saturn now. Or not. Thanks for nothing, guys. Cool. Way to go, Wikipedia. List of best-selling Genesis games and Dreamcast games, not Saturn. Way to
the
go.
Internet forgets about the Saturn all the time.
Okay, yeah. Virtua Fighter 2 selling over 1.7 million units worldwide. However, the top-selling game in the US was Madden 97. Great.
I didn't even realize that was in the arcades. Wow. Okay. We didn't get that.
No, it wasn't. That was Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Really? Man. Oh, God. Okay.
I mean, that's what sold the most consoles, and people still buy Madden every year on current consoles.
Yeah, it's like FIFA over here, although they call that something different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is weird that there's no football coach coming out from Sega this year, because isn't that like still their best-selling series or something insane?
It is. Yeah, I think they need to have a break because they've been doing it so many times. Actually, it's been a couple of years since I think the last one came out. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Interesting.
On a tangent there. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. There we go. That was it. How are you feeling, Scotty? How are you feeling about?
Confused, but that's fine. We can't do the shuffle anymore because we've just talked about everything Sega, so that's why we're retiring it.
Oh dear. So with that, Scotty, let's move on to the Sega community news. Yeah. Cool. Yes. So, yeah, we've got lots of hot Sega community news as always. And I'm going to kick it off with. Where's my screen share gone? Yep, there we go. Let's just make that a bit bigger. Cool. So, Star Fox 64 on the Dreamcast. So, yeah, it's still going. You might, if you watched our last episode, we were talking about this briefly. And this video is actually from the Sega guys, but it's quite interesting. So, basically, the game is not ready yet. It's not finished. But some people have actually got their hands on it, so like the Sega guys have. And it turns out that the whole game is actually playable right now, which is really awesome. So there's still some graphical glitches, audio issues and stuff like that. Not everything's complete, but essentially they're saying that they got their hands on it and they thought once they finished the first level that it would just replay the first level or something. But it turns out all the levels are playable. There are some moments of slowdown and stuff, but it seems like all the enemies are in place. All the enemy like attack styles and patterns and stuff are in place. And yeah, so like you can see, there's one of the bosses here. Basically, they're fighting at the moment, and yeah, it seems like it's coming on really nicely. The fact that the whole game's there is really awesome. So yeah, so if you haven't been keeping up with it, check it out if you can. Yeah, I'm very excited. But yeah, there's showing the end of the game there now. I'll just skip forward a bit.
Looks better than the N64 version. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're showing some of the deathmatch. That's pretty cool.
Oh, God. A little bit of a slowdown, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, those explosions do not look right. But
they're big old cones instead of half circles.
Yeah. But as I say, there's still graphical issues at the moment and stuff. But I'm quite happy for it. Quite excited. Cool.
You know what I found? This reminded me of like Hydro Thunder for some reason or whatever. I just learned there was a Midway Arcade Classic Collection on PS2 that had. Whoa! What the heck is that? Is that a submarine?
Oh yeah, there's a submarine level.
I don't remember that from
Star
Fox
it's
at all.
one. It's so because there's multiple routes throughout the game. This is one. There's only one level with this on, and yeah, you have to do a certain way to get it. Basically, yeah.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, it's really
cool. That's cool. But I just learned of a collection that has both Hydro Thunder and San Francisco Rush 2049 on it for PS2. Ooh. I'm like, I should probably own that. That's a great collection. It only has like 7 games on it or something, but
that's enough.
Sorry, seeing this just reminded me of it. I just learned of it like 2 days ago.
Okay. Is it on Xbox as well? The original Xbox?
Probably. Okay. I can check real quick. Midway Arcade Treasures, that's what it is. 3.
I think I have heard of that.
That's on PS2 and GameCube. Sorry.
Oh, a GameCube. That's fine. I do have a PS2 as well. I just prefer Xbox and GameCube over PS2. That's my preference. Anyway, cool. So
coming along.
Moving along. So I'll cover the next bit of news if that's okay, which is sadly sad times, guys. So you may have, if you've been with the show for a while, a few episodes ago we talked about Soviet Borgs from Retro Summers. They started a Indiegogo. Whoa, that's loud. They started Indiegogo, and it's for this new top-down shooter game called Soviet Borgs, which is going to be for the Sega Genesis, Neo Geo, and Dreamcast. And I think more as well they might have been planning for. And sadly, it did not get fully funded. I think we both backed it. I know I backed it, but did you back it? Yeah. I think we both went for the Dreamcast version, didn't we?
Physical. Yeah,
physical Dreamcast version. But yeah, sadly, it reached 73% of its total funding, but it wasn't enough to actually get it over the line. So about 30,000 out of 42,000 that they needed. That's in pounds.
It's a shame.
Yeah, a bit of a shame. Because Retro Summers does do some good stuff. They did Xeno Side on the Dreamcast, which is also available on Steam now, and I think was it released on PlayStation, Xbox as well later? I can't remember.
Oh, sheesh, I don't remember.
Anyway, so sadly that's not happening. So you should have been refunded your money if you did back it, basically, though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they have not said what they're going to do, what their next steps are. Yeah, I don't know if you were about to say that. Sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of going to say, they put out a tweet basically saying it's over, thank you. But yeah, they're going to figure out what they'll do next. Basically, I mean, hopefully they might find another way to fund it, or maybe put it on Kickstarter instead of Indiegogo. I don't know. Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Scotty, up next, what we got?
Up next, this is not a shmup, not a racer, they say, but a shmup racer. No. Vector F. Time Extension brings this to us. It's the French homebrew team Brew, I guess, or Brew. I'm not sure if I'm saying that wrong. Sorry, but for Genesis and Mega Drive, they believe it's the first Sega Mega Drive side-scrolling deathmatch released for Sega's 16-bit console. They say on Time Extension, they show this game that looks like a shmup, but it looks like a side view racing game almost. There's so think of a shmup going from left to right, and there's like an energy bar on the left that looks like that'll kill you, and it will. But you're just racing each other. I don't know that you have weapons. It didn't really say you have power-ups, and it says defensive and offensive. But there's also a tournament mode that you can set up, like 16 players, so that's pretty cool. But they, let's see here. It says their influences, according to the team, films like Total Recall and Gladiator, as well as games like Wipeout, Thunder Force, Hang On, Fatal Rewind, I'm not sure what that is, F-Zero, Destruction Derby, and Moto Rotor. That video has noise.
Yeah,
but the project's itch.io page does have a demo you can download, so you can give that a shot. And apparently it was originally back in May, it appeared, of this year, of 2025. But the it looks really cool. It's got a really cool style to it. The soundtrack's pretty decent so far, what we were hearing. What do you think of this, Graham?
It looks really interesting. So I'm not a huge shoot 'em up fan. There are some like some of them I do enjoy, but because it's not a shoot 'em up, it does actually look quite interesting. It's piquing my interest. Yeah, it's like a deathmatch racer basically. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so the little factoids I have here: fast pass on the actual devs itch.io website. Fast-paced action blaze across full parallax 60 FPS tracks. Go faster than fast. Ignite the crowd. Avoid the vector's wrath. 2-player clash. Breakneck survival. Only one spot on the podium. Challenge your skill. Race until you die and get the highest score before you explodes. It does say that, before you explodes, so this might be like a Google Translate thing. Power-ups: Fat Shot, Scrambler, Tractor Beam, Bouncing Shield, Vector Control, Speed Buff. Use what you grab, flip the odds. And then it says special moves: Dash, Barrel Roll, Dodge, Backwave. Learn them, rule the matchup. Cyberdius sound system, or maybe that's Cyberdius, I don't know. Rick Diaz, original synth trash soundtrack tailored for the dirty punk lore of the game by the renowned VM2612 expert Cyberdius.
Yeah.
Ready for Retro Party? What's that?
Butt rock. So yes,
I guess so.
Butt rock. Yeah.
Ready for Retro Party. Integrated in-game tournament modes up to 16 competitors, all-round, single elim, double elim, and then choose your outlaw. 3 pilots, 3 ships, from fast rocket ship to armored tank. Build your own skill, but your own skill will make the difference.
Vector F. Tell your friends. That's in French. Cool.
Vector F.
So I think we'll keep an eye on this, and I need to download the demo, get playing on it. I didn't get a chance to do that this week. Too much aliens.
It could be pretty cool, though. Too much aliens, indeed.
Yeah. Cool. And the next bit of news, also from Time Extension, there could, I mean, this isn't 100% confirmed or anything yet, but there could potentially be a port of Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder on its way to the Mega Drive / Genesis. And if you don't know about it, essentially, Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder was an arcade exclusive. It was never actually released on any console. It did come to the Astro City Mini Arcade, which I do own. I don't remember it being on there, even though it's listed on there. And also on, what are those called? Is it arcade one-up cabinets? Those small cabinets? Yeah. So that's the only way you can play it at home, basically. But it's never actually released on a console. And they only came to those Astro Mini City things like in like 2020 or 2022, whenever they came out. But this a coder called Ray Costello, he has put out a picture on Twitter, or X even, sorry, and essentially it's just a quick screen grab of Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder on Mega Drive Genesis. And he said, essentially, some time ago, I was testing a few things, and a guy just asked me to show him a photo. I call this a quick test. With enough time and dedication, a simplified adaptation would definitely be possible. So potentially, if they're still working on it, we could see a port of it to the Mega Drive, which is really cool because if you don't know, actually, the Revenge of Death Adder was actually the sequel to the original Golden Axe in the arcades. So it's actually technically the second game. And then when it came to the Mega Drive, they created a whole new Golden Axe 2 for the Mega Drive, and then Golden Axe 3 as well. But yeah, they completely skipped this game. And from what I've heard, lots of people actually do really enjoy this game, and it's a shame it never made it to any console. So it'd be cool to play it.
Yeah, definitely maybe, is what they're saying.
Definitely maybe. Yep, that's all we need to know.
It's interesting, though. And then next up here, we've got one of Sega's, one of Saturn, well, maybe that too. One of Saturn's rarest games just got an English translation. Oh my gosh, just got an English translation. So our buddies at Time Extension at it again, but grabbing it from thanks to the cooler people at Sega Saturn Shiro. The 1997 game Shinrei Jusatsushi. Oh god, let me try that again. Shinrei Jusatsushi. Why can't I say sushi? Jusatsushi Taromaru, or translation apparently, Psychic Killer Taromaru, is one of the games that which has passed into legend thanks to the fact that it costs an absolute fortune on the secondary market. Time Extension says it was a Japan exclusive game that estimated to have only sold between 5,000 to 15,000 copies, making it one of the rarest Saturn games. I added to our outline here, the gameplay looks like if Castlevania met Shinobi and Gunstar Heroes, because it is a side-scrolling... What's that?
Let's get the gameplay up. Sorry, let's do that. There's some gameplay.
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling action title set in feudal Japan. Time Extension says here, is developed and published by the short-lived Time Warner Interactive Japan, and has not sold a lot, like we said, but the... let's see here. Small print run. Right now, if you try to look at it on price charting, complete, it goes for almost $1,800, and disc only goes for almost $800. So it's stupid. But this was patched by user Existence, and the patch makes the following changes to the Japanese version of the game: opening and ending. Opening and ending credits translated to English, fully translated options. English title changed to Psychic Killer Taromaru Cascade. Spelling mistake by Time Warner Interactive was fixed on the screen. In-game UI is translated. And the opening and ending speech dubbed in English. And the English dub is supplied by Existence himself. But if you prefer, you can use the original Japanese voice track via an alternate patch. Existence goes on to credit Dura Lumen and Ted Neo for helping with the translation, and Zeed64 for testing the patch, which you can get on GitHub.
Nice.
So get your satiators ready, guys.
So I'm actually just showing a video of the original Japanese.
Contra, or what is it called? Narc, an arcade game.
I never played that. So I was just saying, I was showing the this is the original Japanese game. It's not the translated version, but I've just noticed it's got a press start thing. So I think it's 2-player. This game. It's not single player. Which is pretty
maybe
cool.
I don't know.
Yeah,
no
it's
idea.
It's like the player 2 area's got saying press start. Because this is a full playthrough of the game. That's video.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks really cool. Like I'd never heard of this game before, and I saw this. I thought,
I never have either.
This looks pretty sweet. Like obviously some of the graphics look dated because it's from 30 years ago now, but 30 years ago now. But there's some cool effects and stuff in it. I think it's looking really sweet. Really weird.
When we were skimming the footage before we started recording, I said to Graham, this is another great example of what the Saturn was capable of with 2D stuff, because there's a lot of stuff going on screen at once, and there's kind of 2.5D stuff, especially with bosses going in and out of the background. It looks really cool. I don't care about Castlevania stuff, but if I can play this now, so maybe I'll actually add it to my satiator,
Yeah. Because I'm not sure how much like Castlevania this is in that it's not, you don't have a big level to explore, do you?
Just viewpoint. Yeah, I don't know how to.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Right.
sense. But yeah, for any audio listeners, how can we explain how we describe this? Because it looks really
I just did.
well.
Castlevania,
But
Shinobi, feudal Japan.
the way he's
You
fighting,
know,
he doesn't. His weapon is kind of strange. It's like almost like this Japanese symbol, like well, I guess word or writing, just hovering in front of him like a
targeting
glyph,
system.
like a targeting system, and it go depending on where he's looking and stuff. It seems to that's his weapon. He can target enemies with it and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's I've never really seen that before. At least not in a 2D fighter or a 2D sort of action platform game. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. So I'm interested in
Yeah,
playing
really
this.
good sprite work.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was a later part where he was in a boat or something. It's like 3/4 into the video,
Oh,
further
okay.
than where you are now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I wouldn't
Oh, this looks like a
spend too
different
much.
character he's played with now, actually, as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is the bit. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Not that, but that is a big frog, and you're on a raft fighting him.
That is pretty cool. Wow.
So yeah, almost reminiscent of like Bomberman 64 bosses.
Wow. I do not
So yeah,
remember
so
that in Bomberman
check
64.
Psycho
Okay.
Killer, Taro Maru.
Oh, cool. So that's it for the news this week. And so that means we're going to go into our feature topic. Continuing on from our last episode, we are still discussing Aliens Colonial Marines. So yeah, if you remember from the last episode, we kind of went back through the whole backstory of the drama and the history of Aliens Colonial Marines getting made and all the controversies behind it. And we were talking about how we were going to play the co-op campaign together because it's been a long time since we both played it. And how is the game faring now? Because it's notoriously known for being very buggy and glitchy and it was a mess when it first launched. So, yeah, Scotty, do you want to kick it off and discuss what's been going on?
Yeah, let's talk about this thing. So as we said in the last episode, it released worldwide the 12th of February, 2013, for PS3, 360, and PC. A Wii U version was planned but never came out. Published by Sega, developed by Gearbox, Demi-Urge Studios, Nerve Software, and Timegate Studios. Passed from developer to developer until it was finally flushed out the window, the release window. What we're going to discuss is these different bullet points here: story, cutscenes, voice acting, controls, design, gameplay, and multiplayer outside of the co-op. So you are Graham. Graham
Hi.
has gameplay playing in the background here of our sessions, one of our many sessions. And we played through the campaign in co-op, as he said. We didn't do the DLC. We just didn't have time. But it was an experience. It took us a little longer than we expected, but we did get through it. Just the two of us. It is up to 4 players co-op, I believe, which is insane to think about. And yeah, we're each going to bring up our points from the discussion pertaining to each of the discussion points, and then decide, and then just give our final review. I don't know, final verdict or
Yeah,
something.
that's good.
So, yeah, how would you like to do this? Do you want to, like, we could go through the story first and then
Yeah,
go through and each say our thing and then go through the
that
cutscenes?
sounds good.
Or
Yeah,
would you want, like, okay,
yeah, let's do it that way. Yeah,
cool.
cool.
That sounds good. So yeah, I guess I'll go first. This was my idea overall to do this game. The story I have in my notes here, it exists. It was very much like like zombies in a movie, with people thinking like, can we save someone from a facehugger bite before they die, before they turn, before something bad happens? And I'm just like, is that really what's going on in this, guys? Like, I didn't. Oh, I don't know if we said this initially. Sorry, jumping around. forever ago when it was new. I did play through the campaign. I completed it. Graham, I think you said you weren't sure if you completed the game, but you did play it forever ago.
Yeah, I'm actually like 99% sure I did complete it. There was just a lot I'd forgotten about because after we finished our session, I was going back, racking my memory. I was like, I definitely do actually remember some of these bits. So yeah, like at the very end, like the last cutscenes, I was like, do you know what? That does ring a bell now that we've kind of gone through it. But yeah, at the time, I was like, I don't remember any of this stuff. But yeah,
Can you
there's
rewind the video a little bit? I think an
yeah,
alien like really glitched out jumping off a platform.
did it?
If you like tap the arrow key,
Oh,
even I don't even know when it
we,
was like a Xeno jumped into the attack us, and it just looked so bad. Is it even? Oh, maybe that was that doofus. Maybe that was me jumping around like a moron. Then I don't know. It doesn't matter that much if it's too hard to find. Ah, this game. Yeah, we're not going to worry about it.
I think it's just a bit
So
where you.
that's what I thought of the story, though. It just kind of was there to progress the gameplay. It was not captivating to me at all. What did you think?
Yeah. How can I explain it? It's serviceable. It's yeah, it's kind of the run of the mill kind of story you expect from an Alien style movie. I'm not just talking about the Aliens franchise, but like an Alien like sci-fi movie, action movie type thing, or even action game these days. So it's serviceable, but it's very cliche. Some parts of it were really dumb, and yeah, you didn't really yeah, you haven't really paying attention to the story for most of it. Like half the time we were like, what are we doing now? Like what's going on? Like,
Yep,
it was fine. I didn't hate the story, but yeah, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not memorable, basically.
there we go.
There we go.
Cutscenes, I thought they were slow forced and cannot be skipped sometimes. So I was over them by the second mission.
Okay.
uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
just like it didn't. I don't know. They were just there. This game just feels like it had no emotion. So
Yeah. So I didn't mind them as much as you did because when the cutscenes came on, I was actually trying to listen to them and watch them a bit. Um, but there were moments later in the game where they're trying to emphasize certain characters' deaths and sacrifices, but there was zero emotional attachment to them, basically. Like, okay, so for example, in the Aliens movies, like, or in Aliens, for example, this is so I'm just going to compare it to Aliens, the movie, because that's probably the most comparable thing because that's about Colonial Marines and we're playing as Colonial Marines in the movie, they've got lots of characters who are Marines, who are kind of stereotypes and stuff, but you grow to actually learn to like, grow to actually like the different characters, even the stereotypes they are. So when they actually die in the movie, spoiler alerts, you actually do feel a bit sad. You're like a bit gutted that, oh, my favorite character just died, or that character just died. And you kind of actually get a bit of emotion, and the other characters have sort of an emotional reaction to it as well. Whereas in this, yeah, I just had no emotion. Like if they go into like a perilous situation, didn't really care about them. You don't really care if they survive or not. So yeah, didn't really feel anything of the characters, even our own character, because our character does have a voice in the game.
yeah,
Yeah, just didn't really
I
care
think that was
about.
a mistake.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't think the main character that we play as should have had a voice.
yeah, it wasn't needed at all.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's the thing. It's yeah, didn't feel connected to the cutscenes or the characters in them. Yeah.
To use that and tether into the next item, though, voice acting.
Mm.
I thought that the voice actors they go all out, they do a great job, but there are almost zero facial expressions matching anything that's happening. It's just they blink, their mouths move in time with the words, but I felt like that there's no excuse for that because this was the same generation that gave us The Last of Us. The Last of Us came out the same year as this game, but I know that's a first party game and a lot more of a budget, higher budget probably.
Mm.
But like we had Gears of War years before this, we had the so many Assassin's Creed games with better looking cutscenes. Metal Gear Solid 4 was like a full 5 years before this game came out, and it had better looking stuff. The Batman Arkham Asylum series, those all look better. Like those are just some games that came out that had good voice acting, but also facial recognition and expressions that were matching what was actually happening, the emotions.
Yeah.
of the game, in my opinion.
I guess
So
it's in some small defense of this. Those were all mostly single player games, more story driven, and they weren't first person shooters. Whereas I think it's harder in first person shooters to do. But that said, everything you said is true, because I guess there are some first person shooters, like maybe Halo.
Gears is third person, but yeah.
I guess Halo was able to match voice acting, like the voices and the facial expressions better, and that was way before this. Yeah. So yeah, it's got no excuse, actually. Now I've said that, even though I've defended it, no excuse.
It's just the intense. What's supposed to be an intense game or like a scary game or just emotional is not, because when you're turning to watch, like if this was just an audiobook and all you did was hear the people talking, it might be different, because as soon as you look at these character models, they're just like, God damn it, they did everything they could. And it's like there's no intensity in their face, because it's still just bah, 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 and then their eyes look around. So
wonder if I can
just Muppets, dramatic Muppets.
a bit with that. Is there a bit where they talk and
I don't know.
This is me dying. Yeah. I think at one point.
Me picking you up and you're good to go with flying Xenos everywhere, Xeno body parts. Yeah. So they're. Oh yeah, you have a note here about the relationship with Bella. If you wanted to make note of that with the voice actors.
So okay, from my personal experience, I thought on the whole, very decent voice acting. There's one character, O'Neill. I've actually forgotten his nickname already. There's a nickname they bring up.
Nugget,
yeah,
Chicken McNugget.
Yeah, he seems to have the bulk of the dialogue in the game, especially because
does.
He is with you as an AI sort of companion for most of the game, and he's always talking and he's sort of driving the story along a bit. And he's like the sort of a stereotypical macho Marine who's probably been overdoing it on the steroids to prove a point. But he kind of got to the point that sometimes he was kind of annoying, but he's kind of expected character for this kind of game. That said, I never got emotionally connected to him, and he has this relationship with a character called Bella, who, spoiler alert, basically very early in the game you find out she had a facehugger on her at some point, and most of the game you're trying to get her to a doctor to basically try and get the Xeno cut out of her. But and he seems to have this like really emotional attachment to her. She dies and he goes crazy, but it's like he
was yelling all the time before, and then he's yelling again out of anger after she dies. So there's you can't do that.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't feel like there's much of a change in the character other than he was just angry. And
he goes from 0 to 60 at the beginning, and then he stays at 60, and then it's supposed to be more intense than 60, but you can't get there. You already topped out, bro.
Yeah, especially like the final cutscene where he just goes off and like he's. I was like, this does.
You mean when he's got the gun to Bishop's head? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that bit. Yeah, is just not very well done. And when Bella died, we were both like, "Yep, that's a thing." He's like, "You never say her name. Don't say her name." And so it's just okay.
Oh my gosh! God. Yeah, like I almost feel like we should have had flashbacks from them in their early days of the core or something for us to give a crap.
Exactly. Yeah, like give us something to be connected to.
It's just like, I don't know. For some reason, I just thought of Firefly. Have you seen that series?
I love Firefly.
The first episode of Firefly shows Mal and I forget his right-hand person. I forget her name.
Yeah.
But like it shows them dramatically losing an intense war determining like outcome of a battle.
Yeah.
And you see his drive and his like desire to win and everything. And then the rest of the show, you see the opposite demeanor. All we had before that to introduce him was one scene. And like maybe they needed that for these characters or something. I don't know. Wow, there was just floating Xeno parts there. Literally just hit your arrow key to back up one quick second. Like right there when you turn to go look at the end of the tunnel. Just
a couple of floating.
Yeah, buddy.
And I think they
we did have we encountered plenty of glitches and plenty of like floating limbs and stuff in our playthrough overall, guys, aside from my my glitch that we shared last episode. Maybe it was the director of the voice actors that should have like had them tone things back or something, but it was very much just he's yelling the whole time, that O'Neill character, and it is not needed. And then when he's more intense and just yelling more with a gun to Bishop's head, that like we both know that doesn't matter. It didn't matter. There was no weight to any character's death in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and also, actually, interestingly, there were two. I think there's two actors. Maybe there's more. Like two, basically, two actors from the actual movies. So they had. I've forgotten their names. So Michael Beam,
Lance
Hendrickson
is Bishop.
Yeah,
and then Michael Beam is Hicks.
Yeah. So I felt like Hicks, he just didn't care about being there. Like his voice acting. Like the two main actors who are actual actors in movies, I felt like they had no emotion, basically. Very just subdued. I'm just doing here for a paycheck, basically.
Michael Beam also did a voice in another game that came out this year, or the year that this released in 2013, which was Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Oh yeah.
The like 80s infused Far Cry add-on. I played a little bit of that, and the jokes are a little too on the nose for me, but it plays fine. But he does a better job in that game, Michael Beam.
Is he like the main guy in that? Or?
He's the main character in that game, yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, yeah, night and day. Absolute night and day between the voice acting, because that's the one thing I really remember about that game was like how much I enjoyed the acting and stuff. I know it's very on the nose, a lot of the jokes and stuff, but at the time,
not a bad game.
I needed that, I think, because yeah, like first-person shooters were getting really boring and stuff at that point, and when that came out, I was like, "This is fun."
Case in mind, or case in point, can't talk.
So, yeah, and I mean, Lance Hendrickson, his character Bishop he's an android. He's kind of has less emotion, I guess, but at the same time, I still felt like he wasn't like he was in the movies.
Right, yeah. Very analytical to the point,
Yeah.
So the next item we have here is controls, which I had that. My opinion is they were fine, except for the weapon wheel that we didn't know existed until the end. Maybe that's because our brains were not like tuned back to the year 2013, or whatever year, pick a year. But they were popping up a lot more here, even though like Turok had a weapon wheel back on the N64, but it was used in this generation as well. That's all I had. The controls felt fine, but it would have been good if we had known about that before. And I don't know if we missed something. I don't know if we missed a tutorial. I feel like something should have told us about that, because there's no instruction manual. It's not even like an actual manual.
Yeah, so I was going to skip to maybe when we actually work out the weapons.
I was going to try to open up the papers that are in this thing.
Okay. Basically, just to give a bit of info on this, we finished the game. We finished a full single-player playthrough, and throughout the game, you pick up different weapons. So you have like the standard pulse rifle, you have a shotgun as your secondary weapon, you got a pistol. But you can upgrade other weapons, and as we're going through, I was like upgrading them. I was like, how do you select these weapons? Like, I don't understand why we don't have these weapons or how you choose them. I was like going through the options and stuff. And basically, we finished the game thinking maybe these are just for the multiplayer, for the deathmatch. That's what they're for. Okay, fine.
Right.
We go through, we finish the game, and then we realize there's a secret we want to look at, which was what we're doing here. I'm just going to skip forward a tiny bit. Basically, the secret is the
Easter egg.
It's like an Easter egg of 3 orbs from Sonic and Knuckles, basically, which is like there's a kind of, I guess, checkered one, which is meant to be the orb that you run around. They've got a blue and a red one, which are the orbs you pick up.
The blue spheres, bonus stages.
Yes, orbs. I keep saying orbs, I mean spheres. Anyway, it was around this point that so I was using a different controller for this part of the playthrough. I'd been not using a normal. Wait 1 second. Hold it up to the screen. This is the controller I'm normally using, which is my Xbox, my official Xbox controller.
There's mine back there, the red one.
I happen to be using this other one, which is a Victrix controller, which is kind of like a pro controller, I guess. It's very similar to the Elite controllers. And it's got like the paddles at the back. I never really use this because I don't know. I always forget that I have it. It wasn't as expensive as the Elite controller, but it does all the same things. Like you can change all the buttons. Anyway, it's got the paddles at the back, which I'm actually not used to using, and I keep leaning on them. And I randomly, at some point here, and if I skip forward maybe, there we go. I accidentally leant on one of them, and it brought up this weapon wheel. I was like, what did I just do? How did I just bring this up? And basically it turns out if you hold down Y, which is the swap weapon button, if you hold it down, it comes up with all these weapons that basically you can choose from. So you can select your primary and secondary, and it turns out we had basically all... There's 2 weapons I haven't got unlocked actually there, so I need to get them unlocked. But yeah, then we basically spent like another like half hour just playing through, just shooting things basically with all these different weapons. And yeah, that was kind of something that really annoyed me because I genuinely wanted to play this game with all these cool weapons. And it's like there was this really cool grenade as well, which we found. Which like
the freaking electronic grenade that turns all the enemies into their T-pose when it shocks them.
Yeah. Some of these weapons are really good because they've got like machine gun and a flamethrower on them, for example, which you didn't have before. And
that's Ripley's gun.
Yeah, and there's a really cool at the end. Beam rifle, which I started to use for a bit at one point. Where is it? Is it this one I start using? No, that's not it. There we go. It's like a one-hit kill, basically.
Yeah, railgun, basically.
Yeah, the railgun is really good.
It does say in the manual here, next weapon, press the Y button to switch the current weapon. Hold the Y button to bring up the arsenal radial. I didn't read this.
No one reads manuals.
But, no, that lends to how poor the game's design is, because as soon as you find the flamethrower in, like, the first or second mission, you pick it up, and you can't add it to your arsenal, because when you switch, you drop the flamethrower. So we both assumed, I can only have my pulse rifle and shotgun, and that is my max. And then you have the handgun that has infinite ammo with the right direction on the D-pad. But so we assumed I picked up the flamethrower when I was done with it, or when I switched to another weapon, I dropped the flamethrower. So we assumed, a max carrying of 2 main weapons and our handgun. Nowhere did the game ever tell us, pick up that flamethrower or, hey, check out your other weapons or anything. So.
Yeah. And actually, when
there's me teabagging like nothing. No tomorrow. Sorry.
When there's one point where we weren't playing together, like I think it was before one of our sessions, I decided to go to the training area, and basically they teach you like how to shoot the weapons and stuff. They don't explain about changing guns there or anything. So it's like that's the one time you should explain this, surely.
Unless we really missed it somewhere. I feel like that's not entirely on us. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's that gun I found which basically fires these things that explode, which they kill you if you get too close to them yourself. But yeah, there's actually there's a lot of actually really cool weapons in this game, but they don't really explain how to use them, which is unbelievable.
It almost reminded me of the Resistance series with their alien tech and their different. There's 5 different types of grenades in this thing, because there's incendiary, there's the electric ones. I think there's a proximity bomb or something also.
Oh, yeah, so like some proximity ones. There's also the claymores as well. Yeah, there's there's a lot of weapons, and they're really cool, and we didn't know about them. So I actually genuinely want to go back through and play the game just using all these other weapons, just to see what it's like.
Did you not, since we finished it? I thought you wanted to, but
I wanted to. I just haven't had a chance. My work got a bit crazy and weekend and stuff. Yeah. But yeah,
it's just nuts. It's nuts. But the design, speaking of the design, that's the next bullet point here. All I wrote down is corridors, and more corridors.
See, I felt differently. Here's the thing. Actually, wait, I don't know if we're going to have any finding here. No, this is the last battle.
Actually,
see if I can go back to, is there an earlier level? So yeah, so I admit there are a lot of corridors and stuff, but I felt like there was actually also a lot of fun bits as well.
You do go outside eventually, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like there's like set moments in the game, like that actually stood out to me. So I don't know if I got the video here, so I wasn't able to upload all my videos.
What part are you looking for?
I am going to try and look for. Actually, no. This is it. Oh, is this actually there? The bit where we're going through like the sewers and stuff like that. For example.
Oh, right. Wow. See, that shows you. I forgot about that. I would argue that's the best part of the game.
So, oh man, yeah, it's tough trying to find stuff on the. We've got like lots of videos now. Which, whoa, what happened there? Oh yeah, so this is it.
There you go.
So yeah, there's like a bit where you're going through the sewers, and you got like these really creepy husks of aliens, but some of them are actually still alive, and they explode if they're basically blind, and if they hear you, they will run at you and explode. And
the
that's
boilers, because their boils explode.
Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, this is quite an intense moment in the game, I thought, especially if you've got a higher difficulty. Oh, one of them's just woken up and is running around now. There you go.
Yeah, here I'll describe them here. Based on the handy dandy strategy guide, boilers are blind xenomorphs that rely on their sense of hearing. They gather in dark, moist areas. Yuck! Since they are blind, are perfectly content living amongst the husks they shed as they mature. Whatever. Boilers have earned their name from the existence of many various sized boils that cover their bodies. When extremely agitated, boilers self-destruct, hoping to take out their prey with a large explosion of acidic slime. Boilers reside in the Hadley's Hope. The key to survival is to walk slowly when these creatures are nearby.
There's one that exploded on you.
So I, of course, cheesed it up and like tried to test how broken we can get this to be.
Yeah, it's the bit where you start like walking into him, basically.
Oh yeah, I was literally all
like touching him.
I am like all up on him, crouched down, but he just can't see me. So this is like more broken than oh shoot, what was that game called where it's like a steampunk thing and there's stealthy parts and I can't remember it all. Oh, it had a weird mask on the cover on the box art.
Dishonored.
Dishonored, yeah. That game was busted. People really liked it. I
didn't play enough of it. I played a little bit of it.
I stopped playing it when I was jumping across chandeliers and I was crouched on a chandelier and then I stood up and everyone that was in the room saw me. I'm like, nope, we're done.
That is quite ridiculous.
There's Newt Stahl.
Oh yeah, Newt Stahl. Yeah. There was a bit I was going to show, which I can't remember where it is. We have to go up some stairs or something. And
this part is cool when you're playing by yourself. Also, it's probably more enhanced.
Yeah, I think when you're playing by yourself, I found this very creepy.
That image is very jarring if you don't know what you're looking at, though. When he's holding his mouth open, facing you, it doesn't like the body looks like a Xeno, but otherwise it looks like, I think you said the Scream painting.
Yeah. But
I feel like from the side, it's a little more captivating, in my opinion. But yeah.
Other than that, I think there's also some actual like good bits of levels. Like, oh god, okay, is this one of the bits? Probably not one of the best. Trying to find all the. Basically, there were some set pieces in the game, like where you walk outside and you got like burning wreckage all around you and stuff like that. There's a bit where like something like crash lands in the distance and things like that, and there's a bit with like a lightning storm. So yeah, I think even though there's a lot of corridors, which is kind of to be expected with aliens and alien games, there was also a lot of decent stuff that I really enjoyed, like set moments that stood out for me, and they stood out for me from back in the day as well, because I could remember them when we got to them. I was like, oh yeah, I remember all this. And like, even though I think we showed it last time, actually, on the last episode with the big one that like you have got to go through those doors and like use the cutter to like seal the doors and stuff.
Yeah, the Raven.
Yeah, is that the Raven? Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I thought the Raven was a smaller. Anyway, no, never mind. But yeah, the one that chases you and goes through the doors and stuff. Like you've got to cut the doors shut and stuff, like seal the doors. That, especially on the single player, was really intense for me, even though you showed it was actually quite busted. But
yeah,
well, when I first played through it, I was like, this is really good. Yeah. So,
but they barely did that. Like they barely used it.
Yes, it's true.
A third of a level.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm glad they didn't overdo it in certain areas and stuff. But then, okay, so like something like, not really looking around at my. Basically, like you can see here, there's like huge scenery and stuff that you can actually look at, and then you got to go.
Mhm.
We've got to go through that wreckage of a ship basically now. So they did put some effort into it. I think I feel like they did put effort into trying to create the idea of you're on this abandoned world where there's like these structures and stuff, which are some of them are falling apart, some of them are crash landed and whatnot. Yeah. So I think what I'm trying to say is I feel it's unfair just to say corridor, corridor, corridor. I think there's
Yeah,
more
it
to
is.
it.
There are outdoor bits, and when it opens up is cool, and the basement parts are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not wrong though in saying there are a lot of corridors, because there are. But
Yeah, I'd say like 80% of the game is corridor shooting, and then like 15% is the outdoor bits, because you aren't, except for the cutscenes, you're not made to want to hang out and like look at stuff. And then the other 5% is bosses, if anything.
yeah. Oh yeah, we're looking at
So
on the screen right now. I'm just looking at the there's a little Easter egg, which is basically from Spaceballs. That if you haven't seen Spaceballs, there is a parody of Alien, the original Alien, where John Hurt in the original Alien, his character basically he's the first person who gets got by the face hugger, and they think he's fine, and then at dinner is like in Alien, his stomach explodes, and basically the alien Xeno comes out and runs away, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the hell just
chest
happened?"
burster. Yep.
And then in Spaceballs, they redo that scene with John Hurt. But when the alien comes out, he puts on like a top hat and cane and starts singing, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey." And there in this game, you can find an Easter egg where you have to find a top hat and cane. And then later on, you see some like young Xenos with top hat and cane, basically. And it's quite just a nice little touch, I thought. Nice little added treat there.
Yeah, it's like a straw hat, though. I don't want people to be.
Oh, so I keep saying top hat.
That they're not
yeah,
top hats.
sorry.
Yeah,
I keep saying top hat.
Okay.
It is a straw hat, and that's what it is in Spaceballs. Yeah.
The guide might have even said that, so maybe that's why we kept saying that. I don't know. That's fine. I forgot that it was the original actor as well. And we can't. Let's see. Where did it go? Not those, but yeah, we spent some time finding Easter eggs. And let's see. It does say top hats. It says they are wearing top hats and holding canes. There's not top hats. They're like Dapper Dan, acapella group hats, straw hats. Yeah, I was probably a little unfair with saying the design that it's only corridors, but I just don't feel like they emphasize the parts that are not corridors strongly enough. So almost through these here, we got next up is gameplay. For the gameplay, I wrote shoot, crouch, shoot, run, shoot, get yelled at, spit at, shoot, run, donuts, hit buttons, shoot. Like activation switches are the buttons.
Yeah. There's.
Oh, and use your cutter, of course.
Oh yeah, this is
steel
the bit
doors, open doors, steel doors, open doors.
This is the bit with the Raven, where we found out was glitched quite badly.
Did we do it twice or something? I forget.
Yeah, I think we did.
We broke it twice or something.
Yeah, I think at one point we did die because, we were trying to try out the glitch in different ways. But yeah, it's gameplay. I think overall it was fun. It was fine. I think it was pretty fun. It's not perfect by any means. It's basically a generic shooter of its time, I'd say. There's lots of glitchy moments where the xenomorphs would just like freeze mid jump. Like they would leap at you, and then just as they're about to hit you, they'd freeze in midair, just for a second, so you just get a chance to shoot them a couple of times, and then they die. Then occasionally they would just leap and get you, and that was almost like a surprise because the animation completed in time, and it was it's like they did what they were meant to do. The thing I quite like is there is a decent amount of Xenos though. They didn't just stick to like one Xeno style. They've got all the different types.
Well, yeah, it was cool that they made the other ones.
Yeah,
the different types, like you had the specials in Left 4 Dead, because there was the first one you encounter is the lurker that has kind of a silver, smoother dome on top, and he is, let's see here. Well, I mean the first different type, but otherwise it's soldiers that you mainly deal with. Lurker, because they go throughout the vents and stuff. They hide in the vents and like creep and try to take you down, then run away. The Crusher was the big guy that was a boss.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has the big headpiece. The Spitter was the ones that literally did that. They spit acid at you and would try to attack from afar. It never made sense that they ever charged you. I feel like they could have made it harder anytime you encountered the Spitter if they only stayed far away from you.
Yeah, that would actually would have
Um,
made more sense as well, yeah.
yeah, and the Raven, for whatever reason, is a different one too that
Mm.
kind of just glues you to the wall and then doesn't impregnate you, I guess. I'm not sure. I didn't really understand that story
Yeah,
bit.
because you get caught by the Raven at one point, but you're fine. Like you basically
Yeah,
escape from being stuck to the
that's
wall,
never
and
addressed again.
yeah, it's just a
Um,
moment to set you back in the game, basically.
right. And we did have donuts though. We found the big
Yeah, the
donut
donuts. Yeah, where was that?
that rolls down the hill after you shoot a pack of donuts like off on another side of a cavern. Um, or canyon, not cavern. Other side of a canyon, and there's a box of donuts at one point, and we shoot that, uh, and that causes a
Oh,
giant donut to roll down the hill for whatever reason. They just decided to add these things in here, and
this
it doesn't do any damage. It's just it's a model that doesn't interact with the world. Unfortunately, we were trying to see if maybe we could get the donut to, here it comes now in the gameplay. We were trying to see if we could get the donut to do some damage, but the donut did no damage. It just rolled away.
we did it, yeah, about 4 or 5 times, and each time didn't do any
Yep, yep,
damage.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
that's pretty
the
funny.
first time was not a success, and you're like, "Well, you want to do it again?" Before you even finish that question, I was already jumping in the lava too.
There
Oh,
you go.
there we go.
Yeah, no, probably.
Brother, classic.
Great minds think alike.
Which, by the way, this gameplay we'll figure out what to do with. We're not sure where we want to show it, but it will
Mm.
be accessible at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I might need to
did you
tidy
want
up a
to?
little bit and stuff.
Yeah. So you did mention, yeah, they were glitchy. Um, and you had a note here about other weapons, though. Did you want to mention that?
Oh yeah, I think if you know that there are other weapons you can switch to, the game would definitely be more fun.
Hmm.
Because yeah, the standard weapons in the game, they're fine, but they're very generic, shooting weapons. Whereas all the other weapons were like really cool. And I just think this game would have been even better if we both knew about that. Because we could change the combination. One of us could be using like more of an explosive weapon. One of us could be using just
Extra
different
strategy.
combination. Yeah, a bit more strategy, which especially if we had 4 players would be really awesome.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they felt game breaking, those electric grenades. I wonder that would cause characters to T pose or models to T pose. I wonder if those would have worked on the special type aliens, like if the Raven, like
Mm,
while he's bashing through a door, and then we use that on them, then he gets real big and just does the T pose or something.
that would be pretty funny.
You know?
Now we need to
Um,
go back and pay for it.
nope. That's all you capture that content.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then we did try the multiplayer after we finished the game. We probably maybe it would have been better of us to, or more productive of us to try the multiplayer not right after a 2 hour session or something. Um, but I kind of hated it. It was the mode called Versus where you can actually play as the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
And I forgot, it was confusing how to even get to that because none of the modes stated you can play as a Xeno in them throughout the options menus. And gosh, I couldn't believe it. That it was that confusing. It's just bad design. Or it said it on the Versus, like where you can go to click Versus, but then when you're in the Versus mode menus, it doesn't say which one specifically, and it doesn't. We didn't know until we started a game, since it was just the two of us playing against each other, that it made one of us a Xeno, one of us the Marines team. It never says that it's going to do that automatically anywhere. And so we just realized it when we finally loaded a game. Um, and you get to pick your, I don't remember with the Marines if you pick your loadout or how or what your loadout is at
Yeah,
the
you can
beginning of a
pick.
match.
I think you can pick your loadout. Yeah, you can choose between different
Okay.
loadouts from memory.
But the Xenos, sorry.
No, it's fine. No,
The Xeno side, though, you pick which Xeno you want to be, and I forget what the three were now. Let me go back to the types real quick here. You could be, I think it was the Lurker, the Spitter, or the Warrior or Soldier or whatever they call it. And then, as the Xeno, you start in kind of a nested area, like where all the gooey crap is and stuff, and then you have to go through vents to get to different places. You can go on the walls and on the ceiling. Man, that was not great controls for going on. Did you ever, as a Xeno, you didn't play long. Did you ever go on the walls or the ceiling
I
when
managed
we
to
were
go
playing?
on one wall briefly, and he kind of just did it on its own and kind of just went across. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't go. I don't think I went on the ceiling. No.
Yeah, you can change the controls. There was like a transition button or something where
Okay.
you either, or maybe it's a transition option where you select if it's auto, where like if you're just running towards a wall and then you automatically climb up and then go into the ceiling, or I think there is, you can, because I remember the left trigger was associated with it. You can hit that to cue it, which is probably easier with more frenetic gameplay. I don't know, but I hated playing as the Xeno because you take like 3 hits and you're done.
Mm.
So anytime I was getting up to Graham, I was shot before I even got close enough to do a melee attack. And the only Xenos that have projectiles are the Spitter. So like maybe it works better. Obviously, this mode is not made for 1v1. Maybe it works better when you have a team. Or I wonder, actually, now that I said this out loud, I wonder if it prioritizes, and like if we had 5 people playing, if it would only make like no more than 2 Marines versus 3 Xenos, or maybe 1 Marine versus
Mm.
4 Xenos, because it felt pretty unbalanced. Um, I for some reason I kept getting randomized as a Xeno, and then we finally switched it or played another match, and I was a Marine. Graham was a Xeno. He killed me immediately somehow. But every time I was a Xenomorph trying to sneak up on him, trying to use the Spitter from long distance or creep or whatever, I died, and I literally said during a gameplay, I'm like, "This is not fun. I'm not having a good time right now because it's so unbalanced."
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to go to when I was the Xeno just to see, so you can watch what I was seeing when I was doing it. Because
sure.
I felt like I was being really tactical when I did it. Because hold on, so yeah, this is me choosing the Xeno. Let's just skip forward a little bit. Oh yeah, so that's the bit when I went on the
Okay,
wall.
yeah.
Actually, just jump back a second. I randomly just went on the wall,
Yeah,
and
because you
then
just turned into the room quick.
you shot me. Yeah, and I died. um,
But like, see how quick that kill was? I feel
yeah.
like you should be able to take more hits since you're controlling a Xeno now. It felt like that's what I'm trying to say. The Xenos in multiplayer died as quickly as they did in the campaign, which I
Mm.
did not feel was correct. And here's you being creepy. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell that I'm through multiple floors, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and then you got me again.
Oh, I did get you. I thought that was where you got me because I was trying to carry that dumb
Yeah,
gun
'cause
with me
I
everywhere.
think I was pressing a button to pounce attack you, and it just wasn't working. Or I just didn't understand how to
Yeah,
use it.
it didn't make
Um,
sense.
but then, yeah, I think this is where I've managed to pick up how to do it properly. So yeah,
Probably a lot more fun if you have a bigger crew playing, maybe, but
oh
not.
yeah, actually, oh, this is the
I
bit I
love how
quite.
your freaking tail randomly just goes in front of the camera too. Like,
Yeah, so this is the bit
um,
I quite. How is it? So yeah, you walk past me at this point, and I like, ooh, I'm gonna
it's a
wait for
big
you.
room.
So yeah, you didn't see that I was here. And then I worked out how to do the pounce thing, and yeah, it like targets you, and then I jump on you, and you can't get
And
up.
you're
You're gonna
no, you're
start.
mauling me right now. And like my view was literally, I could see nothing except for my hand kind of going like this. So like maybe, well, not maybe. If I had a teammate, then they would shoot you, get you off me, and pick me
Mm.
up because I'm downed. But instead, I have no one to help me, so I'm just getting destroyed. Um,
And then that was
yeah.
the end of the
So
game, basically.
that was the end of the game.
Mm.
And then I was like, after we played this, I was thinking about it, and after we stopped playing, I was like, maybe this was because they hadn't learned yet because AVP wasn't out. No, Alien versus Predator came out in 2010.
Yeah, it was earlier. Yeah.
So I know that was made by Rebellion. Gearbox made this, so it's different devs entirely. But like they should have like asked for to borrow their notes or something because
Yeah.
Alien vs Predator, it feels great running around as the Xeno and
Oh
jumping
yeah.
on walls and like attacking people from the ceiling and stuff like that. The Predator's broken, kind of OP, but Marines are okay too in
Oh,
there. But like it's more fun to be the different species in
Yeah.
AVP.
Yeah, AVP, the multiplayer in AVP was underrated, I'd say. Like, not enough people
Oh
spoke
yeah,
about it. I managed to play
my
with a few
friends and
friends.
I, yeah, we played it a bunch, and it was like eventually we decided, okay, nobody picked the Predator as your choice of either Marine, Xeno, or Predator because they're too powerful. And also, it was like an unspoken thing. If we found the one dude that decided to be a Predator in a battle, like let's gang up against them because it's just
Yeah.
not fair because they can take all of us basically. Um, so I have a final thought, but did you have anything else to say about multiplayer? We can, if not, we can start to get into our final thoughts.
Let's get into the final thoughts. I don't really have anything else. Yeah, I think you nailed it in the head. AVP did a much better multiplayer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just.
for sure.
Mm,
I think this game, maybe play it solo if you're going to play the campaign to get engulfed by the story. Because I'm an idiot. I'm a team killing goofball in co-op stuff. So I'll teabag everything I can just because it looks funny. Like here's us fighting the queen now. That was a shit show at first. We didn't know what
yeah,
was
I
happening.
forgot what to
And
do.
randomly there's other Xenos fighting us, which make no sense because we landed a ship that only had the queen. There were no, unless I ignored this part of the story, there were no traces of other Xenos. It should have been just us versus the queen.
Yeah,
But randomly there's the warrior aliens just hacking and slashing at us.
mm,
So
the Queen's
and it
pretty
looked
cool.
ridiculous when we finally jettisoned her out of the
Oh, yeah.
wherever we are,
We actually
the
skip forward to
hull.
that bit because that's quite funny, I thought. Oh, wait a
It
second.
looks so goofy and bad that she like zips through. It's like just
Yeah. Oh,
pushes her like I don't even know what. I can't even think of a comparison.
okay, it's
A
around here. I
car
think
traffic accident or something.
we press the button now, don't we?
Um, that's the final big one, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And it just zips her right
weirdly,
out
you
of
got in
there.
my way and I couldn't press the button
I
anymore.
was trying to get on the other side of you to
Whoop,
distract her, but it looks so stupid.
just one more time.
I wish you could have seen it from the side. I'll have to get you my footage or something.
Oh, that'd be good. There we
And
go.
then there's this big dramatic thing with the captain of the team or the corporal or whoever
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Gee.
lowest rank is the lieutenant. I think I can't remember. But like, yeah, our captain is being all dramatic. He's like, I'm gonna take her out with the ship that I'm stuck in the pilot's seat of because I'm dying, but I'll launch her back onto the planet. It's like, whatever. Just shut up and do it, dude.
Oh,
He's like got a monologue that's taken long enough that she'll get back into the ship.
also, can you see my subtitles there?
Let me make it bigger here. Oh yeah, they're kind of overlapping.
Yeah,
That's weird.
throughout the whole game, my subtitles overlap. If there was more than one sentence or one line, it would overlap. And
Yeah.
there's one bit where
Hmm.
there's like 4 or 5 lines, and it's like I can't read any of that. It's ridiculous. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this bit was stupid because I'd forgotten even who this guy was because he's kind of in
Yep.
it early on, and then he's talking to you for the radio
Pre-
for most of the game, and you don't really remember he's there, and they don't like him for some reason because he ordered them to go to the planet or something, and he knew something, but he was just following orders. I don't know.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, don't care.
Whee!
Hey.
See ya.
Whee! How
Going out
bad
on
would
their
it be
first
if he
date.
survives that crash? And he's like, oh, I'm
Sure.
stuck on this planet now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think maybe the game is a little better solo if you can get caught up in the story. I have no
Hmm.
idea why that hug happens. That the dialogue made no sense there. That we're watching, but I take away me being an idiot and teabagging everything and like getting in people's faces and like merging into the models of different CPUs and whatever really destroys the immersion. So maybe it would be better.
Hmm.
Maybe it would be better playing solo and not streaming it because you don't have to feel like you're on. You have to be on for the audience or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So
I'm
my
not going to.
final thoughts are maybe play it with single player. What were you going to say?
So I was going to say, I'm not going to show the very final cutscene in case anyone wants to play the game themselves.
Bah, you're more
But
polite than I am.
yeah, I mean, it's like a 10-year-old game now. But yeah. So yeah, my final thoughts. Okay, so here's the thing. I think I mentioned it last time. when I first played this game, I played it after a lot of the bugs were ironed out and fixed. And I know they're not all fully
That's what I was
100%
say.
ironed out. And I only bought it for £5. So if you like Scotty, you can get it for $5 or £5 or whatever, like on PS3 or Xbox 360. Even on PC, get it, I'd say. I actually think there's some fun to be had in the game. It's not an amazing shooter. It's like most of the gameplay is quite run of the mill. The story's not amazing, but there are moments of fun. I think it's actually for like $5 or £5. It's totally worth it. Like, you know, there's key moments in the game which I do enjoy. I think I enjoyed the game more than Scotty did. Maybe, I'm not sure, because I would happily play through this again. And I really want to try all the different weapons out now. But I do fully appreciate and understand it's not the best made game. There are definitely, of the era, there are definitely better first person shooters. There's just better games in general around at the time. So yeah, it's even for its era, it wasn't great. But yeah, fun enough. But if you can get it cheap, play it. That's all. And also, I will say co-op was actually really fun. So I just like co-op games in general anyway. So as Scotty once said, even the worst game is better in co-op, which we've got, right. Which I guess you could say for this game. Did you enjoy the game in co-op at least?
No, I was bored out of my mind.
Oh, really?
I will say that, yeah, a boring game is worse than a bad game. Like, this was better when it was glitched. It was more entertaining.
Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't keep you entertained.
What's that?
I'm sorry I couldn't keep you entertained.
It's not your fault. You didn't make this thing. It's just not fun. It's boring. Like, the cutscenes were so overdone and I was not at all involved. Like, I wasn't interested in the character stories. I've seen this happen before, so I don't even remember if I thought this back then, but like, I just typed in first person shooter games in 2013. BioShock Infinite came out, which I enjoyed much more. Killzone Mercenary came out, Arma 3, Payday 2, that's more of a multiplayer thing. Metro Last Light was out the same year. For some reason, Grand Theft Auto 5 is on this list. That's not a first person shooter. Warface, I don't know. Battlefield 4, the Shadow Warrior remake. There were so many better first-person shooters that were out in 2013. So, yeah, a boring game, in my opinion, is worse than a bad game. Because, like, sometimes a bad or a super broken game you can find more entertainment out of than this going beat for beat. Even the frickin', this scene with the Queen, like, exploding through the walls of her containment area, was just like, all right, this is like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. This is like Tyrant in Resident Evil. It just wasn't, I don't know, as much as I love Xenomorphs in those movies and everything. It was, like my bootleg shirt says that I forgot to point out at the beginning. It says Alan. It's the poster of the first movie. It says, in space, no one can hear you in space. So there you go. And, in games, no one should play this in games. I don't know what I'm saying. It fizzled out. It's a fart. People remember the drama more than they remember this game.
Fair enough. I would actually say, you make a very good point, because there was one bit which it's quite near the end, and they were basically throwing Xenos at you. You were basically trying to escape to get to like a ship or something. And there's just Xeno after Xeno after Xeno attacking us. And you just said, this is really boring. And I will admit, actually, at that point, it was quite boring, because it was just like we were just shooting Xeno. Yeah, like I think it was meant to be an intense moment and stuff, but it just didn't,
like similar to the flood for the first time in Halo or something.
Yeah, that's what it was kind of meant to feel like. Whereas I remember I played through Halo multiple times, and that whenever you get the flood like really on you, it is actually quite an intense moment. Whereas this, it was just, oh yeah, oh my god. That was the thing.
Did you see that thing?
Yes.
He exploded in midair. Wow.
That was the thing I wanted to point out to you.
Fireworks.
One more time. We've got to do that again. It's just randomly jumping.
Oh my gosh.
There's two of them. Just explode.
Did someone actually shoot him?
I don't know.
Assume that's what happened.
Because when that happened, I was like, did you just shoot that? And you were like, nope. I was like, one just exploded for no reason.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yep, there we go.
that's great. Yep, that's wonderful.
I love that. That's just so funny.
Yeah, and there were parts after we were using those new weapons we found. There was a gun that I never saw the ammo, but I knew I was shooting at enemies, and they just exploded.
Yeah.
Like, there was no, they just disappeared. They evaporated. Oh, that was another thing when we had to destroy those huge guns that were shooting at us.
Oh yeah.
Um, and they wouldn't blow up; they just disappeared.
So,
And then there was a fire where their model should be. At least in my game,
so on my game that you did actually you saw an explosion. Yeah.
that I did never had. I have to give you my footage for that because it was
Yeah.
it was just these huge guns that are like the size of houses that are shooting at us, and the mission is to take out 3 of them so we can progress. And every time they exploded, or they were supposed to like explode and whatever, they just disappeared in my game. And then there was a fire on what on the. It looked like fireballs were floating on top of something because the model was gone that should be on fire. So that was just
Where was
God,
that?
this game's still so broken even after
Yeah.
they patched it.
It is pretty broken still. There's lots of broken bits to it. Oh, there's that
And it's
weird.
not we should clarify it's not game breaking stuff, it's just visual stuff. But it immediately takes you out of whatever intensity should be happening or
Yeah.
felt. So
Actually, I'll see. There's. I think there is a bit where I've destroyed one of the guns here. Go back. Go back. Go back. Oh yeah, this is it. There you go. Explodes on mine.
I never saw an explosion like that in my
Okay.
game. Never happened. They just blinked out of existence.
That's crazy. Yeah, I need to see that footage.
All right, so final thoughts. I think you already asked, did we enjoy it? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Oops.
you did not enjoy it, so
No,
I guess
I was bored. I wouldn't play it again. I don't regret spending the $7 because we had fun playing it. We got some goofy shots. I'm not saying I don't regret it because we got content, but it was good to go back sort of to that era. It was good to go back to that era, but not just this game. But co-op's always a good time. Unless you've got someone that, thank God there's not friendly fire, because if there was friendly fire, this game would be impossible.
Yeah.
But so that was still good. So I mean, I had fun playing with you, but I don't think I would have fun playing this game by myself.
Fair enough. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I think it's got enjoyable moments, but as we've sort of said, there's better games and better first-person shooters of the era. So, like, yeah, not even comparing to today's standards, just of the era, there are better games out there. So,
wow, he just launched straight into the ground. He was an arrow, just completely parallel, almost like just. That was so. This game is so bad. Oh man.
oh my god, that's so funny. Actually, yeah,
Looney Tunes up in here.
it is crazy how Aliens versus Predator just did the Aliens so well, and then also Alien Isolation after this was like just so much better. Like, actually, that's one final thing. If someone said, "I really want to play an Aliens game, what game should I play?" What would you be your go-to Aliens game?
If you want to play what this game was trying to do, then Alien versus Predator, AVP, on the same consoles, the same era. Or people swear by the one that was released in 2000 on PC. That goes on and off sale on Steam. Also made by Rebellion. So they brought back the same people in 2010 to make AVP again. But if you want something that's trying to be like the creepy parts, then yeah, and which I'm sure you're going to say too, Graham, Alien Isolation. I feel like Isolation kind of made people forget about this game.
Yeah, I think they did as well. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I am a massive chicken when it comes to video games, and I've never finished Alien Isolation. It scared me too much. But AVP, I loved and played through. Brilliant. What's the other? There's another Aliens game. Oh, I just forgot what it is.
There's been a couple that have been like kind of, they feel like budget titles almost, but there was a tactics one that released this generation on PS4, Series X, and PC. An Alien Elite Fire Squad or something too.
Alien Trilogy as well on Saturn.
I was going to bring that up,
yeah,
as well. I honestly enjoy that game more than this.
I can understand that. I mean, that to me actually did bring the movies almost to life, especially back then in the 32-bit era. That was like, whoa. I don't think I have actually finished the game. I know I've played a lot of
It
it. But
gets long-winded.
yeah.
Because it doesn't. There's too many levels for the lack of variety in levels that there are,
Mm.
or the lack of variety in gameplay. But that game genuinely creeped me out as a kid playing it in '96 or whenever it was.
Yeah, I think they did it had better pacing. Because in this game, they just throw the
Yeah,
aliens at
that's a
you.
big thing.
Whereas in that,
Pacing.
it's basically you're kind of going through some empty corridors, but then your tracker beeps. And then, like, you open up a door and there happens to be aliens hiding in a room. And that's when it gets kind of really intense. Um,
You had the tracker on you at all times in that game.
yeah.
This game literally went backwards in terms of design with that.
That actually really annoyed me.
I just realized that. That's insane.
Yeah, because if you don't know, in Alien Colonial Marines, basically the only way to see the tracker is you basically press the tracker button, you move your gun out of the way, and then you hold up your tracker to try and like see what's attacking you. But you can't shoot. So if you're trying to find if there's got like intense aliens after you, like where are they? Where are they? I can't fire back. Which is the dumbest thing ever. Like, why would they not in the movies they hold them together so they can like fire and shoot.
Yep.
So yeah, that was
I
stupid.
can only see that working if you had 4 people playing and like someone's a designated tracker holder. But yeah, I'll always sing the praise for Alien Trilogy because I think I did a retro review of that forever ago on Sega Addicts, but that's neither here nor there. But I do remember mentioning that the music is really what does it because the music is so subtle and ambient. It makes the mood, sets that vibe, kids. Because it is a lot of just like pew, pew, da, da, like little synth wavy sounds. So it creates a very desolate atmosphere still.
Yeah.
And it you have to listen for the Xenos as they're crawling and shuffling about. Their acid actually hurts you in the game too. Like when you kill a facehugger, you can't walk over it because that'll damage you as well. It's only single player. It was on Sega Saturn and PS1. But fair warning though, if you go back to play it, remember that it was made in a time before twin sticks were before devs knew how to make twin sticks work on a video game.
Yeah, the controls are more like the original Doom game from memory. In you had forward, backwards, turn left, turn right, and then you had this 2 different side steps basically. Which is fine.
I was looking to double check here. It did get a release on MS-DOS, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
So 96 though is when that came out, but I genuinely recommend that game. Fair warning though, there is a glitch with the Saturn version that can erase your memory.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yep. So be careful. Not sure how that works on emulation, but that did happen to me.
Wipes your whole PC. That'd be bad.
What's that?
Wipes your whole PC. Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, right. It wiped the backup cartridge that I had, or maybe it was the actual internal memory, but I just remember that was the first time that it happened to me, and that was back in like 2014 or 15 or something. And it happened to me as I was after the fact streaming it. I realized, and I was like, "Oh no, crap!" But then I'm like, "Wait, does it actually matter that I lost all my game progress? Because the only if you play a lot of JRPGs, I can understand it. The only stuff that I lost JRPG wise was Panzer Dragoon Saga, and even then, I was like." Well, I always said I was going to go back and 100% that game. That's never happened. But it made me realize, like, you know what? As an adult, I'm okay that I lost all my game saves. I'll be all right.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
yeah, actually, I think a lot of, if I went back and played my Saturn, I'd probably start all my games from the start because I wouldn't remember what I was doing or where I got to in my games anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess sometimes it's nice to just pick up and go, oh, that's where I got to this level. That's nice.
Yeah, I do. I miss that I can't do that with my Polymega games because you can't dump your game saves onto the Polymega unless there's some way that people have found. There might be a way if you can upload them to a PC and then download. I'm not sure. I don't want to. That's a whole other topic. So I guess we would both honestly recommend AVP Isolation and the trilogy then.
Oh yeah,
games?
100%. Yeah, I mean, if you were going to play any Aliens game out of, yeah, it depends what you want out of it. But as you say, if you want kind of like more of an action oriented, even slightly story driven game, I would look at AVP. If you want to relive the original Aliens movies, Alien trilogy, and then if you actually want a very intense Alien experience, Alien Isolation, I'd say, because that really did feel like there was an alien tracking you, and it scared the crap out of me, and I couldn't play it.
And I will say no spoilers, but the game gets more intense when you realize that the Xeno is not the most deadly thing in it for isolation.
What? Is it
And
us? Is it
Graham,
humans?
oh my god.
were we the bad guys all along?
How many times did I say that when we were playing this? We're really the monster or whatever the heck it is. So, yeah, but if it's cheap, maybe get this. Otherwise, if I could say one Alien game out of all of them, do Isolation. But one Alien game for a retro fanatic like us, Alien Trilogy.
Yeah, I'd say one Alien game. On my personal preference, Aliens versus Predator, because I found it more engaging for me, if that makes sense. Like, I loved Alien Isolation, don't get me wrong, the little bit I played of it, but I felt like Alien versus Predator, it was a game that was, am I using the right word? It's more, no, I can't think of the word I need to use. I think it's more accessible. It's more accessible for more players, because it's not as, there are meant to be some scary moments in it, but it's not as scary. It's a fun shooter. The story in it's actually quite interesting, I found, even though it's still kind of standard Alien stuff. But and the fact that you get to play as all of the three different species is really fun.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. So that wraps it up for Aliens Colonial Marines, guys. Thanks, Randy Pitchford. Gave us something to talk about, I guess. Should we get a whatever out of 10, maybe?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so we basically reviewed the wrong Alien game is what we're saying.
Oh, 100%.
If you really want to play a retro game, play Alien 3 on the Mega Drive in Genesis. There you go. That's another one to put out there.
Yeah, I will give this game... I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, because it's not even middle of the ground. Middle of the road? What the hell is the phrase? It's below, like I said, boring is worse than a bad game. So 4 out of 10, baby. I give it a 4 out of 10.
I am somewhere between 5 and 6, maybe 5. I think 5 is reasonable for me, because it's still glitchy, it's still broken, and it's basically, for me, it's very average. It's average. There are fun moments in it for me. As I say, I would play it again, but I don't. Yeah, there's better games out there. So average, just straight average game, basically for me.
Yeah. 4 donuts from me.
So I think that will wrap up the show for today. We do have some questions or reader questions, but we've kind of run out of time, so we'll pick those up for the next episode.
All right. So, are we in the plug zone now?
Let's go to plug zone. Do you want me to share my screen now?
Yeah, go. Oh God, I guess so. This is the plug zone, everybody. Should I talk about it now? What's happening?
Yeah, what are you plugging? What's going on?
I don't know when this show will release, this episode, but the Dreamcast 12-hour marathon is coming up September 13th, 2025. We play Dreamcast games for 12 hours, raising money for Extra Life, which is a good cause to help children's hospitals throughout the nation. And this year, we're going to be celebrating a lot of 25th anniversaries of games that released in 2000, and also have a lot of indie games as usual, maybe more than we have in the past, but celebrating Dreamcast for a good cause. This is the hype trailer that we used a bunch of clips from previous years to make, so enjoy.
Yeah, here we go.
And then we'll show a flyer after this. Yeah. Hey, do you like video games?
Not bad. Oh, what is this? Whoa!
That's an old flyer that shows up at the end. Go ahead and show the new flyer now.
Can I just think, Scotty, that was one of the best trailers for anything I've ever seen, I think. That was so much fun.
Well, it's because you're in it.
It was just brilliant. That was great.
I condensed a bunch of clips that a bunch of thank you to everyone who's watched in the past that would clip things, and some of that was you and other people watching, and I put it down into 1 minute because that used to be the limit for shorts videos on YouTube. So there's a shorts vertical version of it as well. But I just sent you the flyer in the our Discord chat if you want to bring that up just to have a thing while we describe it real quick.
Okay. Hit it, Scotty.
So, Dreamcast 12-hour marathon, September 13th, 2025. Like it says there, 10 a.m. Eastern is when we're starting. Raising money for Extra Life. It's going to be on Twitch and on YouTube. And we're going to have a bunch of people joining digitally. I believe Graham's going to try to make it, right?
Right. Fingers crossed I can make it, yep.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. We've done all digital before. We try to do it physically every year, but this year, everybody's trying to save money, so we're gonna go online. And if anybody's interested, it's gonna be through Parsec with the awesome program Redream. And it should be a good time, though. We're gonna torture ourselves with Sonic Shuffle, I believe, but also some other games, like I said before, 25th anniversary stuff, some indie games, and I might do a hype stream on 9/9, since that's what it is celebrating, is the 9/9/99 release of the Dreamcast. You can see behind me there. That's what happened. That thing's from Toys R Us. Whoa. But 9/9 is on a Tuesday this year, so we're going to celebrate it the following Saturday.
Cool.
So be there. Help us out.
Yeah, it's good times. It's always a fun time. And to some of the stuff you guys get up to, especially with games like Shenmue and stuff like Duck Racing and other things, is always a good time. And is Sonic Shuffle going to be in it this time? Maybe?
Yeah, Nick wants it to happen, so it'll happen. It's not as bad as we've said in the past. I know it's always been like the game that trolls us, but I am fascinated by it. I will say at this point, I don't think it's as bad as it once was.
Terrible. It's such a bad game. Sorry.
It bit off more than it can chew, and I say it every time now. People that made Mario Party made it, so you can't just flat out say Mario Party is better. So you can just say the team did a better job with Mario Party.
Yes, you could say that.
Because they still,
yeah. Okay.
And fun fact: originally it was going to have an online mode. And I'm genuinely bent out of shape that it is not, because that the Dreamcast online community would have restored that by now.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool if that happened. That would have made it probably really good.
That would have made Alien 3 a better movie.
It would have made Alien 3 a better movie, and that's what we know. Cool. So with that, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for listening, and it's been wild. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks for the co-op, and we'll catch you next episode. See ya.
Hey, do you like video games?
What the fuck? Holy shit!
Oh, what?